Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are doing well. My name is Catherine, and today we are tier ranking some Grishaverse ships. So a while ago, my good friend Katie from Katie Can't Read, who I talk about endlessly on this channel, so like if you don't know who she is at this point, you must be new. Welcome. Katie's awesome. A while ago, she made a video tier ranking the different like characters of the Grishaverse as well as like different ships in the Grishaverse. I believe she did this before the TV show came out. So there has been quite an update in terms of Grishaverse ships, namely from people who haven't read the books and have only seen the show. It has been hilarious seeing some of the ships that have come out of people just watching the show and not knowing like the context and just like who's gonna end up with who. So of course I am here to tier rank basically any ship that I've ever seen. Some of these are great, some of these are canon, some of these are ships from books. So this is going to contain spoilers for the books. I definitely have missed some ships. For that I am sorry. These are just the ones that immediately have come to mind and I've seen very like prominently on TikTok because I'm on TikTok so much. I need to stop. As always, this is just my opinion and this is all in like good fun. Like I ship who you want to ship. It's a fantasy world. I ultimately don't care. This is just what I think personally. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so here we have our wonderful tier rank. I have 6 different ranks that I'm going for. So we have Galaxy Brain, which is just so like, I didn't even think about that type of ship. Ultimately, those are going to be ones that aren't like canon. We have Perfection. This is going to be like the canon ships, let's be real for a second, or just things that I think work really well together. I can see it. Those are ones that I can see, like maybe they aren't ones that I particularly would ship, but I can understand, I can see why people would ship them together. Best friendship, these are ones where it's like they're best friends. I don't think that they would ever be in any sort of like relationship, but I love their like friendship. I just think they work really well together. We have would not work. These are ones that I just think would not work in any sort of capacity. Yeah. And then last but not least, I hate it. There's no real explanation needed. I hate it. I hate that people have made me think that it could even be a possibility. Please never say those words again to me. So let's get into it. First and foremost, we have one that I've seen like a weird amount, and that is Inej and Jesper. So Inej and Jesper, they're best friends. They have the best relationship in a friendship sort of way. I cannot see them being romantically involved in any sort of capacity. They're besties. Jesper and Kaz. Now this is an interesting one because specifically in the books, Jesper has a huge crush on Kaz. In the end though, I don't think that it would work. I think that they are best friends. Again, I'm putting them in that best friend tier. I think that they balance each other out really well, and that Kaz, like, in the end does have a certain amount of love for Jesper, but it's in a very brotherly type of way. Kaz and Inej, they're perfection. They're just so perfect together. I am sad that we probably won't get a 6 Across 3 where we could see some sort of resolve around them, but that's what fan fiction is for. I think that they just balance each other out really well. Zoya and Genya, I honestly, okay, I'm kind of between like, are they just besties? I kind of want to say they're besties. I don't think they would like work in a relationship capacity, but I think that they have like a really strong friendship, especially as we get into like King of Scars Rule of Wolves type deal. Right here we have, of course, Stormhond, aka Nikolai. Spoilers again for the books. And Zoya, yes, my fan cast for Nikolai is Keira Knightley. I will be taking no criticisms on this. Thank you. When I first read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, it wasn't even really a thing that could have happened except for like 2 throwaway lines, and those 2 throwaway lines in Rune and Rising were like, I immediately latched onto those. From then, I was like, yes, okay, I can see this. Because, of course, so next we have Nikolai and Alina. I just don't think they would have worked. Alina wanted a simple life. She didn't want to be in the spotlight. That's never what she wanted. She wanted to live a very normal, quiet life. She accepted what she was given, but that's not what she wanted. Therefore, her as a queen, no. She's my queen. She's not a queen. Mal and Alina, perfection. Bite me on it. I think that they are a great couple. I think both in the books and in the show, they are a great couple. I love friends to lovers. And sure, why didn't they realize it sooner? Well, when you're put in life and death situations, sometimes you re-realize your priorities. Zoya and the Darkling. I hate it. Absolutely not. He groomed her, and I hate it. Okay, this is a funny one, and that is Kaz and the Darkling. Here's the thing. I can see why people would ship it. I do not think it would work because I think Kaz is smarter than the Darkling. They both want to be the most powerful. They both want to be on top. So ultimately, like, it would not work because they would both be trying to top each other. That came out not how I wanted it to sound. That's not what we're moving on. Nina and Matthias, perfection. I love them so much. And I'm going to start crying if I think about them for too long. So we're moving on. Alina and the Darkling, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'm sorry, Darklina stans. This is Darkling Slander Sunday, even though I don't think it's Sunday. I don't like the Darkling. I don't like the Darkling. I don't like him and Alina. No, he doesn't care about her. It's awful. It's not good. He's awful. He's not good. This ship is hilarious because it is a cracked ship that the show created, and that is Fedyor and Ivan. Galaxy brain. I never would have even thought about that. And then the show said, these are our Heartrender husbands, here you go. And I said, thank you. Like, I cannot believe that the show just stuck these two together and actually made me like Ivan, because in the books, Ivan is just terrible. He's just awful. And Fedyor is, like, very sweet, but, like, also he's not that important of a character. And then suddenly I just love him so much. So yeah, Galaxy brain. Inej and Nina. I can see it. I think that Nina had the biggest freaking crush on Inej in the books. Specifically, there's like one point where Inej grabs Nina's face and is like, basically said like, I love you, I care about you. And Inej, and Nina turns like bright red. You can't tell me that girl did not have a crush on her best friend. Genya and David. Perfection. Just absolute perfection. I love them. I love that the TV show gave us that Rapunzel and Flynn Rider moment of him looking at her, her looking back at him looking away, him looking back at her. Ugh, just so good. Thinking about them too long makes me cry. So, moving on. Mikhail and Dunbrov. I don't know. Mal's best friends. I think they have the best friendship. I think they are bros. I don't see them as a couple. I think they are a bro TP. Mal and Nikolai, okay, here's the thing. I see it. Specifically before Nikolai is revealed to be Nikolai when he's Sturmhond. I think Mal had a little bit of a crush on Sturmhond. I'm gonna be real. They are like bros in the end, but I think they could be cute. I think they could have a good time. Kaz and Nikolai, I think, have like a great friendship. When you look at Rule of Wolves, I think that they have such great like kind of banter going on. I think they're the best of friends. I don't really see anything romantic. Again, similar to Kaz and the Darkling, where it's just like, no, they'd constantly be trying to one-up each other, and I just don't think it would really work. I think they're bros. Of course, I had to throw Jesper and Wylan in because they are perfection. They are wonderful. I cannot wait for Wylan to join the show. I'm waiting. Oh, I'm so excited. Jesper and Mal, I threw this in there because I saw like one TikTok and I was like, that's hilarious. I think I can see it. They're both so kind of stupid and they would get in the worst kind of trouble, but I kind of really love it. So, Mal and the Darkling. Okay, confession. I forgot about a certain plot point in Rune and Rising about Mal's ancestry. And the one scene, in my defense, it was like 4 a.m. at this point, but in the scene when Mal and the Darkling are talking and they're talking about Alina and they're like, they get very close together, I texted our group and was like, are they gonna kiss? And then the group had to remind me, no, I hate it. The worst thing is then Ben Barnes brought it up later. Proof that me and Ben Barnes think alike. Ben Barnes, please hit me up. Because I think we have a very similar mind. I think we'd get along great. Mal and Kaz, again, a friendship that I never really would have thought about until the TV show, because they never interact. They never really have a reason to interact. I never really thought about them interacting. I think Mal and Kaz would have a very similar friendship to him and Jesper. Another hilarious ship that came out of people just watching the show and not reading the books is, of course, Kaz and Tantaline. No, absolutely not. Cursed, I hate it, no. Similarly, Kaz and Alina. It would not work. It would not work. Kind of in a similar way of Jesper and Kaz not working, Alina and Kaz would not work. I also just don't see them as being like actual friends. I think, them forming their like alliance or whatever. Cool, they have this alliance. Don't see them as actual friends. Definitely don't ship them together. No. Alina comes up with plans that do not work. She kidnapped herself, for goodness sakes. Alina and Zoya. Now, this is definitely opinion for more book Alina and Zoya, because Zoya in the show is very different, and I have very conflicting feelings about what they did for Zoya in the show. But I think that Alina and Zoya, they would have a great rivals to lovers type situation. Because in the first book, they hate each other. They hate each other so much. And then by the last one, they come to this understanding. I don't know. I can see it. I can see it happening. Genya, Alina, perfection. You can't change my mind on that. Although Genya and David are perfection. So I don't really want to mess with that. Genya, Alina. I love them. Another one that I saw because of TikTok that I hate, Darkling and Baghra. Absolutely not. No. Now, I did see that this person thought this before they watched the end of episode 5, so like, I guess, because they're both old, but no, absolutely not. And finally, the whole reason I made this entire video is to push my Nikolai and Darkling agenda. I think that Nikolai and Darkling dated. I think that they broke up. I think that's why Nikolai left. Listen, Katie turned me on to this. I hate how much I have bought into this, but I have 100% bought into this. Fan fiction coming soon, because yes, I have so many headcanons about the two of them, how it went from lovers to enemies now, because so many of their ideals line up. It's just their execution and how they're getting there, because they both want what's best for Ravka. The Darkling is just evil about it, and Nikolai really does care for his country. He's not as power hungry. There's definitely points where you can see how Nikolai could very easily fall into like what the Darkling is doing. Yeah, I think that they are the ultimate Grishaverse OTP. You cannot change my mind, so don't even try. So there we go. This is my Grishaverse tier ranking of the ships. This is just a silly video that I just think is hilarious. Seeing all the different people who haven't read the books, even seeing people who have read the books, all the headcanons and things. It's a good time. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was so silly. I'll be linking this tier rank if you want to do it down below. And if you do end up doing this tier rank for whatever reason, be sure to leave a link down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please be sure to hit subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, bye!